Phantom Doubleday Dell Audio Publishing presents Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire by Steve Perry.
He looks like a walking corpse, Xizor thought. Like a mummified body, dead 1,000 years. Amazing he is still alive, much less the most powerful man in the galaxy.
Xizor stood 4 meters away from the Emperor, watching as the man who had long ago been Senator Palpatine moved to stand in the holocam field. The viewer on the other end of the hololink would see a close-up of the Emperor's age-ravaged face, shrouded in the cowl of his dark Zaidcloth robe. The man light years away would not see Xizor, though Xizor could see him. It was a measure of the Emperor's trust that he was allowed to be here while the conversation took place. The air in front of the Emperor coalesced and blossomed into the image of a figure down on one knee, a caped humanoid dressed in jet black, face hidden under a full helmet and breathing mask. Darth Vader.
What is thy bidding, my master?
If Xizor could have hurled a power bolt through time and space to strike Vader dead, he would have done it without blinking. Wishful thinking. Vader was too powerful to attack directly.
There is a great disturbance in the Force,
the Emperor said.
I have felt it.
We have a new enemy, Luke Skywalker. Skywalker? That was Vader's name long ago. Who was this person with the same name? Someone so powerful as to warrant a conversation between the Emperor and his most loathsome creation. More importantly, why had Xizor's agents not uncovered this before now? Xizor's ire was instant, but no sign of it showed on his imperturbable features. The feline did not allow their emotions to burst forth. No, the feline ancestry was not fur, but scales. Not mammalian, but reptilian. Not wild, but coolly calculating. Such was much better. Such was much safer.
He could destroy us,
the Emperor said.
He's just a boy. Obi-Wan can no longer help him.
The Force is strong with him. The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi. Son of Skywalker? Vader's son? Amazing.
If he could be turned, he would become a powerful ally.
Yes. Yes, he would be a great asset. Can it be done?
He will join us or die, Master.
This was most interesting. Most interesting indeed. The Emperor finished his communication and turned back to him. Now, where were we, Prince Xizor? The Dark Prince smiled. He would attend to the business at hand, but he would not forget the name of Luke Skywalker. Chewbacca roared his rage. A stormtrooper grabbed at him, and he knocked the man flying. 2 more guards came in, and the Wookiee battered them aside. In another second, one of Vader's troops would shoot Chewie. Leia stared, unable to move, unable to believe this was happening. Han started yelling at the Wookiee, trying to calm him. "Chewie, there'll be another time. The princess, you have to take care of her." They were in a dank chamber in the bowels of Cloud City on Bespin, where Han's so-called friend Lando Calrissian had betrayed them to Darth Vader. The stink of liquid carbonite permeated the air. More guards moved in to put cuffs on Chewie. The Wookiee nodded, calmer. Yes, he understood Han. He didn't like it, but he understood. Two stormtroopers jerked Han away, backed him onto the lift plate over the makeshift freezing chamber. As Leia watched, the words erupted from her unbidden. "I love you." And Han nodded at her. "I know." The lift plate lowered him into the pit. He locked his gaze with Leia's, held it, until the cloud of freezing vapor boiled up and blocked their view. Leia sat up abruptly, her pulse racing. The sheets were sweaty and wadded around her. A bad dream, she thought. That's all it was. But no, it was a memory. The man she loved had been embedded in a block of carbonite and hauled away like cargo by a bounty hunter, lost to her somewhere in the vastness of the galaxy. She felt the emotions well, felt them threaten to spill out in tears, but she fought it. She was Leia Organa, princess of the royal family of Alderaan, a fighter in the alliance to restore the Republic. Alderaan was gone, destroyed by Vader and the Death Star. The Imperial Senate was disbanded. The alliance was outmanned and outgunned 10,000 to 1. But she was who she was. She would not cry. She would get even. 3 hours past midnight, and the planet of Tatooine slept. Luke Skywalker stood barefoot on the steel-crete platform 60 meters above the sand, looking at the taut wire. He no longer had a lightsaber, though he'd started constructing another one using the plans he'd found in an old leather-bound book at Ben Kenobi's. It was a traditional exercise for a Jedi. It had given him something to do while his new hand finished bonding to his arm. It had kept him from thinking too much. A guard had accepted Luke's mental command to allow him inside the giant tent. He now stood watch at the entrance, blind to his presence. A Jedi skill, that kind of control, but another one Luke had begun to learn. Luke took a deep breath, let it out slowly. There was no net below, and a fall from this height would be fatal. He calmed his breathing, his heartbeat, and as much as possible his mind. First Ben, then Master Yoda had taught him the ancient arts, but unfortunately he had not finished his schooling. There hadn't been any choice at the time. Han and Leia had been in danger, and he'd had to go to them. Because he had gone, they were alive, but things hadn't turned out well. And there had been the meeting with Vader. He felt his face tighten, and he fought the anger that surged up in him. His wrist ached where Vader's lightsaber had sliced through it.
"I'm your father."
No, that couldn't be true. His father had been Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi. If only he could talk to Ben or to Yoda, they would tell him the truth. But what if it were true? It wouldn't help to dwell on that now. He wasn't going to do anybody any good unless he mastered his Jedi skills. Luke reached for the energy of the Force, felt the flux begin to flow. But there was something else there, too. In a place that was removed, but somehow right next to him, he felt a hard, powerful coldness, the antithesis of light, that which Vader embraced. The dark side. He pushed it away, took another deep breath, felt the Force permeate him. When they were one, he started to walk. The high wire suddenly seemed as wide as a public sidewalk. This part always felt like magic, as if he could do miracles using it. But halfway across the wire, he started to run. He told himself it was part of the test. He told himself that the Force was with him and he could live up to his name without fear, that anything was possible to one trained as a Jedi Knight. He didn't want to believe that he ran because he could feel the dark side walking the wire behind him, cat-footed and evil and gaining. Xizor leaned back in his form chair and looked at the woman standing on the opposite side of the desk. Guri was beautiful, with long blonde hair, clear blue eyes. There was a coolness about her that was easily explained if you knew that she was an HRD, a human replica droid. She could pass for a woman anywhere in the galaxy. She was his personal assistant, and she was the only one of her kind programmed to be an assassin. She'd cost him 9 million credits. She was worth every decacred.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?